All right, I am here with Zoe Nowicki. Super excited to drop another fight announcement. Zoe, tell us what we got going on.
Okay, so I will be returning for my fourth fight in the cage. I'm a 3-0 amateur fighter right now. I'm super excited for this test that's to come. So, yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about your opponent. You're facing Madison Allen, who is also 3-0 as an amateur fighter. She's actually won all 3 fights by finish. No girl has made it even, to the bell with her.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts going into the fight as someone that, you've basically faced top-tier competition since you started in MMA?
Yeah, so 2 of my fights were against debuts, very good athletes in their respective sports. But I'm excited to fight someone with some more experience in the cage, who has fought more recently, has all 3 finishes, really has something to lose on the line. We both do, a lot more pressure. So, yeah, I'm ready for this test.
So your first 3 fights were out of state. We had to travel all over the country to find these opportunities. We're Wisconsin, we're going down to Kentucky, we're bouncing all around. This one is here at home in Michigan. What is that like? What do you think your fans are going to be like when they find out Zoe Nowicki is going to be fighting here in Michigan?
I'm going to have a lot more fans there. It being at home, people have been waiting and waiting and waiting for a close one. I like being the underdog. I like traveling to other people's places. It gets me excited, but I'm super excited to be home too. I've won nationals at home before. I've won huge tournaments at home. The atmosphere is just different in both areas.
So one of the things I want to talk about real quick is you really are a dual sport athlete. It almost seemed like you were going to transition a little bit from wrestling to mixed martial arts, but you were just out at the Open in Vegas competing, and really there's a chance that, you could qualify for the 2024 Olympics. I mean, there's certain things that have to happen first, but I almost see your flame for wrestling is reignited now more than ever too. What is it like being near the top of the food chain in wrestling and to be pursuing a dream in mixed martial arts? Early next year, you're probably a professional fighter.
It's crazy. It's crazy to me that I get to live both my dreams, because I really thought I was going to have to put one to the side, and I probably will here and there. But I went in with a month and a half of just wrestling training, and I did really, really well at the Open. I almost beat 2 very high-level wrestlers who they wrestle for a living. But just having my passion back for wrestling is super cool too. When I was going back and training, I'm like, wow, I've missed this, and I really have the capability to be good in both of these sports and live my dreams if I play my cards right.
And one of the things that's working in your favor is wrestling has actually produced more UFC world champions than any other martial arts throughout the history of the UFC. They did a chart at one point, and it basically showed that wrestlers dominate. Wrestlers really are one of the biggest problems in combat sports, because you get to dictate where the fight takes place. You get to decide, hey, this is a stand-up fight. I'm going to stop your takedowns and you have to beat me standing. Or, oh, you're a great striker. I'm going to take you to the mat and force my game plan upon you. So let's talk a little bit about, the league, the location. If you don't have those details exact, I'll fill them in for you. But just for your fans that are going to want to know, hey, what's the date? Where's it at? How do we get tickets, etc.?
Yeah. So it's June 24th in Detroit at the Hype Center against Madison Allen at flyweight. We're both 3-0. Yeah.
I don't know if you want to say it or me. Right now, we're waiting to find out whether it's going to be a title fight.
Yeah.
It's made the announcement a little bit tough, because otherwise we could have started and said, hey, we got a title fight on our hands. We are waiting for her camp to approve a 5-round fight for a title. And honestly, fingers are crossed. I know you've been saying it's time to start fighting for titles.
It's time. And it's time for 5 rounds. I want to be pushed all 5 rounds or be pushed to get the finish more.
So let's say, looking ahead, without overlooking things, things are going very good for you in wrestling, things are going good for you in mixed martial arts. What do you kind of see as still to come in this year? What do you think next year has in store for us?
Yeah, a lot of big things this year. I have a little tournament in a couple weeks actually before this fight, so I'm going to get that out of the way, and then when that's done at the beginning of June, I will transition into full fight mode until this fight is over. I might look for one more, just depending on how the fight goes. how much damage I take, et cetera, et cetera. But then I will transition over to full wrestling until the end of the year so I can do the Olympic team trial to qualify for the Olympic team trials. So that's what the rest of this year has in store. And then I want to be pro by the beginning of next year at the latest. So things are moving super quick, but I'm super happy. I love the life I'm living, and the process has been so much fun.
So now I want to bring up real quick, you're actually working alongside Cliff Keen. I'd like you to talk a little bit about that. I mean, they're such a titan in the wrestling space, and to have their support is unbelievable. So just anyone you'd like to thank, if you want to say anything towards Cliff Keen, just anybody that watches this interview and is going to share it, just anything you'd like to say.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Cliff Keen for supporting my wrestling. I do some work for them. I do some, video work and things like that. I live close to their headquarters, so I'm able to help them with that, and that's been a lot of fun and a great experience. So hopefully more to come there. And I'd just like to thank all my fans. I have so many fans and so much support, and it really does mean a lot to me, and just my family who's there for me along in this journey. Sometimes I'm like, wow, this is crazy. This is such a crazy thing. And they're like, this isn't crazy. Like, this is what you want to do, and we're here for you. And I want to thank all my coaches. I have so many coaches that, lift me up. And I think that's a huge part of my success, that I have so much backbone.
So one more thing before we wrap this video up. On the same weekend, right, on Friday night, you have Fallon, Ashley, and Spencer fighting in Philadelphia. And then you're wrapping up the weekend at home here Saturday. What is it like to have the four of them, or the three of them and you all on a fight weekend together, and like having those people as your teammates?
So those are three of my main training partners. Spencer beats my butt every day. And so that's really cool. I believe that they will secure 3 wins, no problem, and I'll get to wrap up the weekend. And that's just super exciting for me. I love seeing them get to live their dream as well, because I know that they want to make it big.
It feels almost like that last time we were sending 4 people to battle. Remember, it was you and Ashley down in Kentucky, and then we had Fallon and Kate out in South Carolina, and it was a perfect weekend. We went 4-0. So I can't wait. Again, one more time, just go over the details, and then we'll wrap this video up.
Okay, so Saturday, June 24th in Detroit at the Hype Center against Madison Allen at 125.
Hopefully for the title.
Hopefully for the title.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Zoe, and we'll wrap this up.